you. Wow. Well, thank you all very, very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. Chancellor Corrett, thank you for the kind introduction and for all the great work you're doing with our university system. I want to thank all of our presidents and leaders of our great universities for being here today. And I want to thank the universities at Shady Grove for hosting us again. It's great to be back here with you. I really enjoyed speaking at the commencement ceremony a couple of months ago. I want to give a special shout out to some of the students here today that are participating in the governor's internship, summer internship program. I want to thank them for being here with us. And joining me up here are, in addition to Chancellor Corrett, our Maryland Secretary of Higher Education, Dr. Jim Fielder, hello, my Deputy Chief of Staff and the former Assistant Housing Secretary, Tiffany Robinson, and Executive Director of the Office of Personnel Services and Benefits at the Department of Budget and Management, Cindy Kolner. Thank you all for joining me. Higher education has been a top priority of our administration from day one. In fact, as the Chancellor said, all education from K through 20. We've invested a record $7 billion in Maryland's colleges and universities and community colleges, $25 billion in K through 12 education. Both of them are the most ever invested in the history of the state. And thanks to our world-class academic community, Maryland continues to be one of the most highly educated populations in America. We rank 4th out of all 50 states in the number of science and engineering degree holders. We're 3rd in the nation in the percentage of the population with a bachelor's degree or higher. 2nd in the percentage with a graduate or professional degree, and we are number 1 in America with the highest concentration of advanced degree scientists and engineers. Our colleges and universities are some of the best in the world, and we are providing the education that is needed to prepare the next generation for the jobs of the future. But the harsh reality is that many of these students today, the harsh reality is that they're facing, while earning a college degree, it often goes hand in hand with accumulating, sometimes crippling, college debt. Student loan debt in America now has 44 million borrowers owing $1.5 trillion. And student loan debt is now second only to mortgage debt as the largest debt balance in America. It has tripled just in the last decade alone. In Maryland, nearly 60% of all of our Maryland college students are graduating with student debt, and the average is more than $27,000 per student, with many of them much, much higher than that. This financial burden is preventing young Marylanders from achieving financial security, and it has become a roadblock to home ownership. It often prevents younger generations from even beginning to invest in their retirement savings. And to try to narrow the gap, parents are also sometimes forced to dip into their own retirement savings or to take out second mortgages to help their children. We've heard some unrealistic and empty promises made recently to future generations of college students, but these pie-in-the-sky, high-cost proposals completely failed to take into account the hundreds of thousands of graduates who are already making crushing payments each month on their student loans. We've spent 4 years working for bipartisan common-sense solutions to make college more affordable and to provide much-needed relief to Marylanders who are struggling under the crushing weight of student debt. 2 years ago, we introduced legislation to give Marylanders the ability to deduct 100% of the interest paid on their student loans from their state income taxes. Nearly everyone in Maryland would support this idea. Unfortunately and inexplicably, the legislature refused to pass this common sense proposal. In fact, they refused to ever even bring it to the floor for a vote. And to me, that is completely unacceptable. So today, I'm announcing that on the first day of the next legislative session in January, we will introduce the Student Debt Relief Act of 2019 as emergency legislation. This will make 100% of student loan interest deductible. We recently enacted the Promise Scholarship Program that will offer a free community college education to thousands of Marylanders, and we plan to expand it even further with our Debt Relief Act of 2019, which will extend the Promise Scholarship Program to also include public four-year institutions. Students who qualify for the Promise Scholarship by meeting certain income requirements and enrolling in at least 12 credits per semester, and who graduate from community college with an associate's degree while maintaining a GPA of at least 2.3%, will also receive free tuition for their remaining 2 years of college at a public four-year institution. That's worth clapping for. In addition, our Student Debt Relief Act will double the deduction for families under current Maryland 529 plans. We'll double that to $5,000. In total, our student loan interest tax deduction, along with the expansion of the Promise Scholarship Program and the doubling of the tax deduction under 529 plans, together this is expected to save Marylanders who are currently struggling to pay off college debt more than $385 million over the next 5 years. We've also established the Student Loan Debt Relief Tax Credit to assist Marylanders who have incurred $20,000 or more in student loans and have a balance of $5,000 or more. This year, we increased the funding for these refundable tax credits available each year to $9 million. And we created a Maryland Mortgage Initiative designed to give young Marylanders with $20,000 or more in student debt the opportunity to buy a home and to roll their student loans into their mortgage. After 2 successful phases of that initiative and $90 million in mortgages already closed, we then introduced the Maryland Smart Buy Initiative to help even more young Marylanders not only purchase their own home, but to be able to pay off their student loan debt at the same time. In addition, our 3-year investment and initiative to limit tuition growth at Maryland's universities, colleges, and community colleges by buying down tuition rates has also saved Maryland students $40 million. Today, we are also launching our comprehensive Smart Start initiative for prospective college students, college graduates, and their parents. This will expand our successful Smart Buy home ownership program by doubling our investment to provide $6 million more next year and a total of $15 million over the next 5 years. Joining us today is Sarah DeYoung-Wee, a public health program specialist. Where is Sarah? Say hi to Sarah. She is a public health program specialist with the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration. And through our Smart Buy program, Sarah was able to buy a home right here in Montgomery County in Silver Spring while paying off more than $50,000 in student debt. So thank you for being a great example for us, Sarah. The expansion of this program will allow us to help even more Marylanders just like Sarah. Today we're also launching an initiative called Smart Work, which will help us recruit and retain highly qualified state employees where we need them the most. I'm going to execute an executive order here. It's a fancy pen. This executive order, no, I lost where I was. That wasn't good. Finally today, yeah. Okay, so we signed this executive order, which is going to help us with people that are trying to pay off student loans. That we're trying to attract people to state government who are paying off their student loans, or those who are paying down their children's student loans. And we want to lead by example and encourage Maryland companies to consider implementing these same types of benefits. There's my page I lost. So new employees, we will be able to offer them, folks that have $20,000 of their student loans repaid, we will be able to pay down $20,000 on their student loans if they meet these certain criteria, and it'll help us attract and retain these workers in these high vacancy areas, including public safety positions, nursing and IT, and others who are paying off their student loans. So the other thing we're doing today is launching our Smart Save, which includes information at your fingertips on all available grants, scholarships, and tuition waivers, the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, and government financial aid and loan assistance repayment programs. More information about Smart Save, Smart Buy, and Smart Work is now, as of today, being made available at our new one-stop shop website, smartstart.maryland.gov. And we're offering real solutions for higher education. Our initiatives will not only help the next generation of Marylanders, but will also provide much needed relief to the hundreds of thousands of Marylanders who are currently burdened by student debt.